What's your most recent purchases? Have you purchased the latest iPhone this year? Were you able to buy yourself a PS5 and all the new and exclusive games for it? Did you buy yourself the largest makeup kit, complete with never-before-seen colors? Now ask yourself, do you really need them? Welcome to Bare Luxury, where we help guide future billionaires on their journeys toward the top. Today's video aims to raise your awareness on the things you inadvertently do that pull you down. So burn this into your mind. Never forget that you are destined to reach the top, and that you are too great to be pulled down by things that were designed to keep you at the bottom. Here are the 15 things poor people should avoid having to maximize their growth potentials. You'll be surprised at how guilty you are on some, if not most of the items on this list. Number 1. Credit cards. Credit cards are the world's biggest debt trap. Once you delay on your payments, chances are you'd be buried by interest rates and charges you can't even spell, let alone heard of. The banks make money mainly by masking it with the word help. It's supposed to ease your financial burden, but one mishap and all hell breaks loose. Our advice? If you haven't mastered your finances, don't even think of coming near a credit card. Number 2. Glam and beautification. Mutated clay, hawthorn rose, burnished lilac, dried moss. These are this year's most recent color palette. And any one of these released on a makeup set would make poor people replace the seldomly used sets they already own, just to be able to say that they have the new color that they can't even pronounce or describe. Funny thing is, the ones that do care about such things are other poor people. A person who has a financially sound mindset doesn't care about these things. Rather than spending time in front of a mirror, awing at beauty they can't afford, they busy themselves with things that would increase their value as an individual. And no, we're not talking about 2-inch thick makeups. Number 3. Impulse purchases. If you don't need something and still buy it, then you're guilty of impulse buying. Having a gold-plated knife for a fillet knife, or having a Mediterranean sea mist as your home's air freshener scent, or maybe having a chinchilla fur coat used on your chilly nights out is not you being rich. Instead, it is you becoming ridiculously poor, caused only by your ridiculously poor mindset. Remember that the market is rigged, and even the fiercest of competitors gain from one another. You're the only one losing, so stop your impulse buying. Number 4. Food waste. Yes, the chances of you wasting food and money is high. The supermarket or even your local farmer's market has the effect of making you purchase more than you need for daily consumption. You don't believe us? Set up a food waste bin just outside your house and you'll see how much food you're wasting within a week. Just make sure the raccoon regulars that are eating out of your trash don't find that stash. Your waste might just become their dinner. Number 5. Miracle diets, weird fitness products, and teleshopping. Another one of those advertising schemes are these 3 completely unnecessary things. Everything that a televised product could do, you could have for free if you think and plan out your actions carefully. You don't need starvation packages or a miracle drug or an extra pair of fluffy socks or that ab-shaping machine that makes you look like a RoboCop having severe diarrhea. With just a bit of self-discipline and proper guidance, your lifestyle could change drastically for the better. Number 6. Lucky charms and spiritual items. This is a sensitive topic, we know, but is one that must be tackled. Oftentimes, when poor people are faced with an impossibility, they tend to abandon reason and dive right into superstition or misinterpreted traditions. We'll say it. No, your deity won't give you $1 billion to solve your problems. Nor can crystals save you from COVID. Even God from the Bible asks you to do your best so he could do the rest. So do just that. Rather than wasting time on imagining a box full of cash dropping from the sky, work hard and make it so you won't be needing that box anymore. Number 7. Health. Easily the most overlooked on the list, your health is your foundation. It dictates how many tasks you can do or how long of a time you could spend on one. Besides, what's the point of having all the money in the world only to be told you have an irreversible condition once you're at the top? Invest in your health. Don't hold off your visit to the dentist or your monthly checkup. The poor are most guilty of this. Delaying the inevitable is not a miracle cure. A rich mindset always remembers the proverb, prevention is better than cure. Number 8. Games and in-app purchases. The world has been overtaken by technology, both media and games. They are a way for the poor to escape the harsh realities of life, and it ironically adds to their woes. There is no market as exploited as these 2 lucrative sectors of the modern age, In games alone, people have been spending thousands if not millions of dollars in subscriptions, diamonds, tickets, and passes just to slightly increase a game's enjoyability. Money that they could have instead used to invest on things that would help them achieve financial success. Number 9. The latest tech. In this modern world, poor people's identities revolve around the latest tech. They would gladly abandon their morals and dignity just to be able to brag to other poor people that they have the latest phone, tablet, or whatever tech they don't really need. All the while, the rich only have a single secure phone they use to send around millions of dollars worth of transactions. It's not the tool that makes you millions, it's how you use it that'll help you transcend poordom. What parts of the list are you most guilty of? Comment down below your plan to overcome this negative practice and break away from your poor mindset. Number 10. Balling at the club. Another quick escape from reality. Hustling for a whole month only to lose it by drinking and partying at a local club is by no means a step forward. Any kind of attention you gain inside those clubs is superficial, and the only opportunity to be had inside is the exploitation of the poor. Your hard-earned money would only be milked off of you and drank by someone who has long understood that bars and clubs are not the best places to go for growth. Number 11. Gambling. What's worse than clubs? Casinos. The amount of money lost and lives ruined by gambling through the years is insurmountable. Don't add to the list of losers whose only plan in life is looking for a one-way ticket to wealth. What they fail to realize is that the house always wins. Number 12. Smoking and vaping. Not only do these activities undermine your health, the cost of these alone is enough to make it collapse altogether. Sure, the price of a cigarette is almost trivial, but add it all up, plus the certainty of future health complications caused by it, sums up to one large headache that may lead to your demise. And vapes are but a fancier version of it. Don't be short-sighted and break out of your bondages. If you can't do it by yourself, remember that even the mega-rich need help sometimes. Never be ashamed to admit that you need help too. Seek help to become the best version of yourself. Number 13. Your bank. Surprise, surprise! The institution that safeguards your money leeches off of it the most. Every move you make costs you money, and they're not even trying to hide it. Here are some examples of this open thievery. The interest rates are a joke, and depending on where you live, they may not even be keeping up with inflation. You pay a fee when you deposit the money, and another fee when you ask them to return it. If that ain't bonkers, then we don't know what is. Number 14. Taxes. Because they don't produce the same kind of value in the market as the wealthy do, poor people have to pay higher taxes. Whether you like it or not, it is a fact. The wealthy in the United States have increased the value of their assets, and the state fairly compensates them for doing so. Every time tax returns are received and money is received, we're always amazed at how happy the recipients are. Firstly, the state is just returning your money. It is your money after all. Second, since the money doesn't earn interest, you have just been robbed. If you were wise with your money, you might have had more in your possession than what you do right now. You've just chosen to give it to the state for nothing. Number 15. Donations. We know, donations being part of the list never crossed your mind, but it is. And it is perhaps the biggest ruse there is. Most of what you donate doesn't even make it to the people in need of it. It is used to pay the salaries of those working for the charity. Charities are among the largest frauds in the world, taking advantage of the underprivileged. To put things in perspective, the general manager of the charity, who is essentially the boss of the organization, often receives a salary from the charity of roughly $250,000. This sum is the average of the top 100 charities in the UK. Almost everywhere else in the world, a similar tale can be found. Almost 35% of the money donated to charity is then used to fund other donations to the organization, and so on. If you truly want to enact change, start with your community, somewhere you could see the exact things and places your money goes to, making sure that those deserving of your help really do receive it. One last thing before we reach the end of this video, always remember, faking it until you make it often leads to disaster. Invest in yourself, and always work to increase your value as an individual so that one day you'd reach your goal of financial success. If this video gave you insights and an all-new perspective in life, don't forget to leave a like and follow our channel, Bear Luxury. Also, hit that bell button so you won't miss other opportunities from us.